Hi guys, it's time for the second update on the HASEGAWA Kawanishi N1K2-J SHODENKAI Japanese interceptor, or George as we call him from now on. Okay, George. As I said, I'll just call it the full name at the start of the video and then refer to him as George from there on in. If you remember the last update, I had the body taped, it was glued together, and I had the tail section all nicely clamped up. Okay, so I've got them married together now. I've got the cockpit in, nicely fitted, really did, it fitted in beautifully. And I'm after getting that join on the tail section all nicely finished off and sanded down and cleaned off, and it looks quite nice, it really does. I've got no step in it. I got rid of the seam line around it. I'm amazed at my progress on this, I really am. Well, amazed that I'm actually succeeding in what I wanted to get done, if you know what I mean. I was hoping I wouldn't have the seam line in it, a little dimple kind of thing, you know, a little divot or a raised thing. I used a bit of sprue glue filler around it, then lightly sanded that off, and it worked, it really did, it really worked. And I kind of polished it all up again using one of these little ladies nail sanders. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Start off on the file, then go to buff, smooth, and then shine, then for a finish. And you can get it nice and cleaned, nicely cleaned. Gets rid of all the little scrape marks from using a heavier grit sandpaper, shall we say. So you start off with loads of little scrapes and marks and things like that, and you can end up with nice and smooth. So without further ado, let's get on to the bench. We'll have a look at my update and see how far I've gotten. Okay. Right, okay, so there we have it. Here he is, here's George. And as you see, I'll get rid of that ugly seam line down along the centre there, and the join here. I'm quite happy with that. That's down nice and smooth. There's no little dimple. You can see the mark of it all right. Hopefully that won't be seen in the paint. I can't feel it apart from here, but that there is a seam panel line, but right beside it you can just about make it out. There's the seam line, see it? Okay, so I'm after getting the seam line out, and I'm after kind of clearing around the edge there, and I'm after getting a little bit of the seam line down along the bottom there as well. So that's all nice. And the cockpit, excuse me there for bumping off the camera, but the cockpit is in. Okay, there's some light down there. The cockpit is in. So the next step now is I was going to fit the pilot in and then everything else, but it's easier to kind of mask off this section here without the pilot, so I want to get that masked off before I get any further. Once I put in the cockpit, I just kind of sealed it up a little bit more with a little bit of sprue glue. There was no real need for it, it was just kind of a personal thing. But that cockpit is now in and it's solid. Okay, so the next step for me now is to get on with the wings. There's the bottom piece, there's a little sprue in there, and then there's the two pieces on top. We'll call them pieces because I don't know what they're called. It's just the wing lowers and the wing tops and bits and pieces like that. So I'll go ahead, I'll get that done. We'll get back and we'll have a look at that then when I get that far. Right, now I'm after getting that done, and it's been sitting overnight with the wings all nicely clamped. I'm just after taking the clamps off, and everything's after sitting nicely in place, everything's after setting. I do have a slight little gap here at the front, but not really, you're not worried about it too much. I'll get that filled. See it there? So if I take the light back a bit, and there you can see there I have a slight little gap there running along there. I can't pinch it together but everything else is, I mean, it's all lined up back here and it's all lined up here at the front, so it might have been a little warp or something, I don't know, but I'll sort out that. I'm not really worried too much about it. Didn't have the same problem at this side. Okay, that side there is went together nicely. Okay, the same problem again back here. Then at the back, just a slight little gap. But a bit of sanding, a little bit of filling, and another little bit of sanding. I'll get all that sorted out. These little flappy bits are bits of glue that were squished out. Just needs to be cleaned off. So once I get that all cleaned off and filled and cleaned and filled and cleaned, then I can go on then fitting these two together. I did a kind of a dry fit of them. Took a little bit of wiggling, but I got it there. I think I get it done again now this time. But it kind of it clipped together, and you know, I think it's called the wing root, where the wing meets the plane itself. There we go. It's a beautiful fit, and that join there along here is absolutely perfect. It really is. I mean, just a little bit of a push down. Once that's glued in place, that join there is perfect. No gaps whatsoever, none whatsoever. At the back, then here, same idea again. You know, with the little bit of when the glue is there and that does its job. Tiny little bit of filler, bit of sanding, that should be perfect. So quite happy with it. Just lots of little cleanups here and there. Unlike armour, where you can kind of clean it all up for a finish, this is sort of clean as you go and sand a bit, clean a bit, sand a bit, clean a bit. But I'm getting there. I'm happy with my progress. Can't whinge about my progress at all. Happy with this section. So now to get this section done. So just a bit of clean up, and as soon as that's all cleaned up and I'm happy with it, we'll have a look at it then. So remember, I've got gaps here, okay, and I have another gaps over here. I've got kind of roughish edges along here where the glue kind of spilled over and things, and I've got the little nipples and stuff along there. They all need to be cleaned off. So when they're all cleaned off, we'll have a look at it then, and then we move on to the next step. Okay, so that's my job for this evening, to get that all nicely cleaned up. Right, now I'm after getting all that nicely sanded, filled, cleaned off, the whole lot. Took me a day or two, but I got there. As you see, those horrible gaps that were there, they're all gone. Okay, right to the end. And the other side, all nicely gone now, all cleaned up. Okay, and I managed to keep all the nice panel detail. Didn't sand it out or anything. Okay, as you see there from the edge there, come on. There we go. Okay, still all nice, still all there, and everything else. Okay, so next step now for this is to marry it to this section, put the two of them together. I've dry fitted it a couple of times, fits in lovely, so this time we go for the fit, shall we say, and might need a little bit of clamping, then might need a little bit of filler and, you know, touch up sanding then for a finish. So when I get that done, we'll have a look at it. I'll get it glued, I'll get it filled where it needs to be filled, sanded where it needs to be sanded, then for a finish, and we'll have a look at that then, all nicely assembled together. So that's my next step, and I'll see you then. Right, so here we go. I have the wings fitted. Absolutely beautiful fit. We look down there. Okay, the sides. There was no filling whatsoever involved in the sides. That I did need a small bit of filler along here, you know, that join along there. Yes, believe it or not, there's actually a join in there, and a tiny bit then at the back. You can just about make it out when I'm really up close with the camera now and that. But if I bring the camera back to say kind of normalish enough, I said just a slight bit of readjusting there with the camera. There we go. Just want to kind of get it to a normalish distance that you're going to be looking at it. Okay, there we go. I'm chuffed to bits with that. I really am. No, I'm no expert when it comes to planes. I'm no expert when it comes to modelling in any way, shape or form. I'm a person who enjoys the hobby, and by me making these videos, that's what I'm doing. I'm sharing my enjoyment of the hobby with you, and you know, showing you my progress. I'm as much a learner as anything when it comes to it. Yeah, I'm chuffed to bits with that. I really am. That looks absolutely fabulous. There's no seams or gaping gaps or anything like that. Okay, that was joined along there, along halfway along there. So if we get some light down into it, you can see that, you know, there's no gaps there. There's no things or anything like that. Right, I'm going to continue on with that vein. I'm not actually going to follow the instructions step by step, because if I do, I'd have the guns on here and I'd have the little pitot tube and all that, and then when I go to start putting on other bits and pieces, if they need sanding and cleaning and things like that, I know me, I'm kind of heavy handed when it comes to things like that. I'll end up breaking them off. I will. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to skip ahead a couple of steps and things, but mark off what I've done, so then I can go back in then and fit all the little fiddly bits. I'm going to get the wheels of the wheel struts made up. Okay, there's the bits to be done with them. Okay, we've got to put those wheels have to be put together, struts have to be put together and things. Okay, and I've even got some PE there to go onto them, so I'm going to make them up and leave them aside. Any bits of cleaning up to be done to them, they can all be done then at that stage. I am going to fit the tails. Okay, the horizontal stabilizers, I think that's what they're called. I'm not sure, but I'm not going to fit anything small that might break off. I can leave all them till later. Okay, when it comes to back here, I'm going to fit the flaps. There's this little block piece here, G1. I'm going to fit those. Okay, G1 and G2. I'm going to pop those in. I'm not going, like I said, I'm not going fitting the wheels and all that system yet. Like I haven't got the guns in yet either, or the tail wheel or any of that little stuff. Leaving it all off until I got the main bulk of the body of the thing made. Okay, so the next step, like I said, is I'm going to make the wheels. I'm going to get the flaps done, put on the horizontal stabilizers, and I'm going to make a start on the engine. Okay, so that's it for this video, this update. In the next update I will have, hopefully, I'll have the horizontal stabilizers on, cleaned up and finished. I'll have the wheels done, so I can show you them. I'll have these little panels fitted, and I might even have the flaps done. Okay, so there's the flaps. There's those little panels there, like I said, they pop into the square holes on the bottom. Nice little square markers here for them. They're going to go into there. Just kind of all the big parts that are not going to kind of break off or snap off by moving it around or handling. You know, get the engine done. Maybe not fitted yet, but get it ready. Okay. Won't do anything with the propeller because it's going to be a little fragile piece. So I know I'll knock off and damage and things like that. So when all the big bits are done, then I can go back to the very start again. Okay, and I've loads of little bits to do. Okay, I do have loads of little bits to do. Okay, here we've got the making up of the flaps, so I'm going to get them done alright. Right, guns have to be fitted, the pitot tube, and get all the little small bits and pieces done then. So I'm marking off what I do, I like a do-do, and go back then and, you know, carry on. So I might be doing it the right way, I might be doing it the wrong way, but like I said, it's my way. Okay, so I'll leave it at that, lads. Don't forget to give it the old thumbs up if you like it. Any comments you want to make, stick them in the comments box below. Anything you want to say to me, or if you just want to sort of just say nothing but just give it the old thumbs up. I like the old thumbs up, gives me an idea that I'm doing, kind of going along in the right direction anyway. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'll leave it at that, lads. I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to tune in on Monday for myself and Abs for the bum, and we'll see you then. So in the meantime, have a nice weekend, enjoy your modelling, and I'll see you on Monday.